Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Sunday, February 6, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Brooklyn Nets vs Denver Nuggets. After getting pounded by Utah on Friday 125-102, the Nets have fallen to 29-23 and they are 6th in the conference. It wasn't too long ago that they sat in the top spot. And with a tough stretch leading up to the All-Star game, they could fall out of the top 6. And the rumors of James Harden being dealt before the trade deadline are getting louder, so this could be a different looking team soon. The good news is that Durant is expected back in late February. He can't get back soon enough. As for Sunday's game, Harden is questionable, as is Nick Claxton. This one is a battle of teams that are trending in the wrong direction of late. Brooklyn has dropped 7 straight games, including a home loss to this Nuggets team less than 2 weeks ago. They clearly missed Durant and were hammered by Utah without Harden or Aldridge in the mix. Brooklyn clearly needs to have at least 2 of their 3 stars at close to 100% in order to have any kind of sustained success. We don't know what the status of Harden is here, and that could prove problematic. Denver should have beaten New Orleans, but couldn't make the plays down the stretch. With that said, they did get Jokic back in that game, and he nearly delivered a triple-double in the loss. Our first betting pick will be Denver Nuggets to cover. On the year, Denver is 15th in the league in scoring offense, with an average of 109 points per game this season. The Nuggets are 26th in rebounding by collecting 43.1 boards per contest, while they are 4th by dishing out an average of 26.9 assists a night. Denver stands 12th in scoring defense, as they give up an average of 107.5 points a night. Nikola Jokic is leading the team in scoring with 25.9 points, 13.7 rebounds and 7.8 assists a night this season. Will Barton, 15.3 points, Aaron Gordon, 14.5 points, 5.6 rebounds, Michael Porter Jr., 9.9 points, 6.6 rebounds, and Monty Morris, 12.8 points, 4.2 assists, each are solid scoring options. Bones Highland, Bryn Forbes, Jeff Green, 10.3 points, Jamichael Green, Zeke Naji, Facundo Campazzo and Austin Rivers are among the other players that coach Michael Malone calls on in the rotation. The Nuggets are 4th in the league in field goal percentage, as they shoot 47.1% from the floor. Denver is 10th as they connect on 12.9 three-pointers a night, while the team is 14th, as they knock down 35.4% of their attempts from beyond the arc. Our second betting pick will be under the total. Atlanta Hawks vs Dallas Mavericks. The Raptors also beat the Hawks 106-100 in Atlanta on Monday night, with the Hawks only 2 losses in the last 10 games coming against Toronto. Trae Young was coming off a 43-point performance Thursday night in a 124-115 home victory over NBA-leading Phoenix. Young shot 9 for 20 against Toronto and went 0 for 4 from 3-point range. They'll look for a bounce back against Dallas. Atlanta looked tired on the second night of back-to-backs when they traveled to Toronto on Friday night. It was apparent with Young's shooting, particularly from long range. Now the Hawks travel from Toronto to Dallas and play a third game in 4 nights, so I expect another rough shooting night from Atlanta. The Mavs should benefit greatly from this, particularly since they are now playing their 3rd straight home game. Doncic will dictate pace and keep the game slow, which is not the style that suits Atlanta. Dallas ranks 7th in the NBA in extra scoring chances per possession, which speaks to the ability of Doncic to attack the glass and dominate at his position. Given Atlanta's recent stretch of games on short rest, I expect Dallas to continue this trend on Sunday night. If Atlanta gets off slow, you can put this one in the win column for Dallas. The Hawks are 2-12 on the road when trailing after the first quarter. A tired Atlanta team may struggle out of the gate, which will certainly spell their doom. Our first betting pick will be Dallas minus 2.5. Dallas will again be without Porzingis on Sunday night, but should have fellow big man Maxi Kleber back in action. Without Porzingis, the Dallas offense has slowed down their pace considerably, and Doncic has had the ball in his hands much more frequently. While Doncic is as dominant as any player in the game, the Mavs looked very dangerous with Porzingis both in the high and low post and creating lanes for Doncic to work in. Without Porzingis, Dallas has returned to trying to win games played in the low 100s. The Toronto Raptors have proved to be a thorn in Atlanta's side in a recent game. First, they defeated the Hawks in Atlanta on Monday night 106-100 and then repeated the feat on Friday night 125-114 in Toronto. Atlanta played the second game without Gallinaro, who sat with a slight hamstring pull. DeAndre Hunter and John Collins each scored 23 points for Atlanta. Trae Young had 22 points and 13 assists, and Bojan Bogdanovic had 18 points. The Hawks are now 2 games under .500 and in 10th place in the Eastern Conference standings, just 2 games behind the Charlotte Hornets. Hawks star Young shot 9 for 20 against Toronto and went 0 for 4 from 3-point range. The Atlanta Hawks hope to continue their recent surge despite losing 2 of their last 3 games. The Hawks took off in early January after muddling through most of the first half of the season and almost got all the way back to .500 before dropping a home and then away game, both to Toronto. Atlanta should be fully healthy with the recent return of Lou Williams and Danilo Gallinari, likely to return from a slight hamstring issue. Our second betting pick will be over the total. Indiana Pacers vs Cleveland Cavaliers. Goga Bitadze, Malcolm Brogdon, Isaiah Jackson, TJ McConnell, Miles Turner, and TJ Warren were all out with injuries. Domantas Sabonis is in the health and safety protocols. Levert produced one of the most dominant performances in his career in his 299th start. But the Pacers simply lack the bodies to compete with Chicago on Friday. They should have Sabonis back for this game, which would help considerably against Cleveland's bigs down low. Cleveland will be happy once Darius Garland comes back. Fortunately, they have still managed to win 2 out of their last 3 games without him. This is a bad matchup for Indiana even if Garland cannot play on Sunday. The Pacers will still be shorthanded without Brogdon and possibly without Sabonis, whose return date is uncertain. That doesn't leave Levert with enough help to keep up against a Cleveland team that is 3rd in the NBA in defensive rating over the last 7 games. The Pacers are just 29th defensively over that same stretch, and the Cavs have enough offensive balance to be able to score effectively against them in various ways. Allen did not make the All-Star team despite averaging 16.7 points and 10.7 rebounds coming into the game. There is still a chance Allen could make the team due to an injury to Kevin Durant. Kevin Love had only 3 points at halftime before catching fire. He made 6 of 12 shots from the field after the break, including 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. Our first betting pick will be Cleveland Cavaliers to cover. The Cavaliers have been the best surprise team in the Eastern Conference and possibly the entire NBA this season. Unfortunately, they have had to deal with some key injuries. Colin Sexton and Ricky Rubio are already out for the season. Lauri Markkanen is also expected to be sidelined until later this month. Currently, Darius Garland, the team's only named All-Starter, is questionable with a back injury. Garland has missed 2 of the last 3 games and leads the team with 19.8 PPG, 8.2 assists, and 1.2 steals. The Indiana Pacers have lost 16 of their last 21 games after losing home games 119-118 to the Orlando Magic on Wednesday and 122-115 to the Chicago Bulls on Friday. The Pacers now are set to hit the road where they are just 6-20 on the season. Caris LeVert balled out in each of the last 2 Pacer losses, finishing with 42 points and 8 assists against Chicago and 26 points against Orlando. LeVert, who is averaging 18.7 PPG, has had his name mentioned in trade rumors involving him possibly going to Cleveland, meaning this game could be an audition for him. The Cavs bounced back from a disappointing 115-104 road loss to Houston on Wednesday by beating the Charlotte Hornets 102-101 on Friday night. Kevin Love sunk 2 clutch free throws with 1.2 seconds left to make the difference. Jarrett Allen led the Cavs with 29 points and 22 rebounds in the win, and Kevin Love had 25 points and 9 rebounds off the bench. Our second betting pick will be under the total. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.